I'm sure, Messi's not flying Southwest like we were back in the day, but I don't know. I'll have, when Kevin's on, and I shouldn't mention that, but he's got some stories that we can talk about later. Yeah, sorry, but it was definitely a challenge. It's not what you'd expect. But at the same time, you get to play soccer every day, and it was a lot of fun, right? So there was a total juxtaposition between, your lifestyle versus, getting to play, and then you're in a stadium and stuff like that. But throughout my career, I mean, I went to Cal, and Cal was a great soccer school, but we didn't necessarily get big crowds. There's some soccer schools that pack their little stadiums and stuff like that, and we got a couple hundred per game, and maybe we get 1,000 people at our playoff games and stuff like that. But it wasn't anything it wasn't like we're selling out a stadium or anything. And then when I first started with Kansas City, we played at Arrowhead Stadium where the Chiefs play, and I mean, we get 10,000 people in Arrowhead, which seats 90,000 people or something like that. So it just felt like no one was in there. And then that was probably my first 3 or 4 years, maybe 3 years. And then we got bought by a new ownership, and that was kind of the turning point for us. We actually played Manchester United in Arrowhead, and that's like the first time Kansas City really came out and filled Arrowhead, and that was a really fun game. We actually beat them. We won 2-1. I played in the second half of that game. We had a 2-1 lead going into halftime, and I come in at halftime, and we also had a red card, so we were playing down a man. So I'm like, great, I'm about to get shelled in the second half against Manchester United, and they were a very good team. Played against Nani, and I think Paul Scholes played. I think Giggs might have played. There's a bunch of like legends that were from those incredible Manchester United teams in the 2000s that played in that game. But I think they might have had a night out before, and it was also like over 100 degrees and humid on that day. So, while I think I was going to get shelled in the second half, I think they were pretty tired and slow, and it just looked like a slow game. But we ended up holding on, and I think that was a really turning point for Kansas City. Then we ended up getting our own stadium and stuff, and while our stadium was being built, we had to like switch from Arrowhead to this little like minor league baseball stadium